Okay, so after yesterday's herd interactions, I'm wanting to try putting the whole herd together this morning. I'm already acting a little anxious because he's at the fence, and I would prefer them to be away from the fence when I let him in. Yeah, really. There we go. See if he can understand that I want to let him in. Hey, Shiloh. Yeah, no, I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to scare you. You're probably going to leave, huh? It's okay. Oh, I think that's a little too tight for him. So I'm actually going to see if I can let him in maybe the back, see if he can figure that out. We're getting lots of posturing over the fence again. But I'm worried if I open the gate down there that the mares are going to come. And he's looking at me. I'm sorry, buddy. I didn't have the gates prepared for you. Let me see if I can do that better. I'm going to come back and see if I can negotiate this gate with him. Hey. Yeah, can I let you in that gate? Can we understand that? Good boy. He's a little anxious, so I don't know that he's going to understand. Hey. Can I let you in this gate? Shiloh. Shiloh, yeah. Here's a gate for you to come through. Shiloh. Come on. Can you come through? Come on. Good boy. Good boy. Come on. Nope, he doesn't see the gate. He's a little too confused. Let me see if I can sort this out and I'll be back. Let's see, go down there. Go on. Good boy. Good boy. See if everyone can settle into this morning. I was actually being quite patient with them this morning. Almost just allowing them to get some of that out of their systems. But he's probably not going to allow that to go on too long, but we'll see. Sorry, I'm trying to get the gate closed over here. So the mares are really pushing Rayleigh around, and he's not too happy about that. And Shiloh's not too happy about that right now. So the two boys just hooked up. So the mares are never going to really win that strategy as long as Rayleigh wants to be with Shiloh. They can't keep him away for long. So the bond that these two have is pretty strong at this point, and is going to just create a scenario where the mares have to decide whether they want to be, a cohesive herd again, or whether they want to stay separate. So I think today is going to be critical for that. And I don't have any client scheduled today. I'm going to be working on a lot of administrative stuff in the house, but I can keep an eye on what's happening out here. And if it goes, decently, I'm open to keeping them together as a herd all day today. They have access to both this front pasture and the back pasture, so they should be able to get well away from each other if they want to. And Rayleigh spends the evenings, the nights with the mares right now, and Shiloh by himself. Although I think it's not going to be long before Shiloh is distressed about not being able to be with at least Rayleigh at night. So that shift might be coming. But I definitely didn't want it to unnaturally become 2 and 2 by making the choice of putting the geldings together at night until they asked for that. And Rayleigh's been pretty happy to go in with the girls at night. And that's just kind of the known routine. But we'll see. We'll see what transitions are coming. I'm just really happy right now that they can all be in the same pasture, even if they're 2 and 2, and at least be fairly peaceful. So that's a big win. And these two, it's cool again this morning, so these two are probably going to play for a good while, which I'm just so happy they have each other for that. And it's also great exercise for the two of them, as well as just emotional well-being and stimulation. And boy horses need boy horses to play with. They form really, really deep relationships with other male horses in the wild, and it's pretty critical for their well-being, and Rayleigh hasn't really had that. And from what I understand, although Shiloh was out with other geldings in his last pasture, I didn't get the sense that he had a particular really close friend, and I didn't see any playing going on when I was there that day. So I'm happy for him too that he has, because he obviously likes to play also. Boy, is this a sight for sore eyes. Not exactly full herd integration and cohesion, but a lot of peace and tranquility. And it only took a few minutes. I have no doubt there will be other negotiations as the day goes on, but this is a beautiful start. It makes my heart very happy. Beautiful sunrise. So I'm filming from inside the house, but this has been kind of interesting. Shiloh actually let Puck and Tempo move Rayleigh away from him and didn't go after them. Almost like he wants to let them still have some time to connect with Rayleigh. That's Puck and Rayleigh right there, and Tempo's over here behind the crepe myrtle. So he let Puck and Rayleigh have some time. Now he's coming over though, so we'll see what happens here. And Rayleigh wants to go meet him. So we're getting a little more of this dynamic again, where the mares are wanting to keep Rayleigh separated. And Shiloh's kind of allowing it now, which I think is because he knows that his relationship with Rayleigh is solid. And so maybe he doesn't have to intervene so much, and that Rayleigh's gonna find his way back to Shiloh on his own, which I think is what Rayleigh's trying to do. But the mares are really blocking him. So we'll see if Rayleigh sorts this out on his own or if Shiloh feels the need to step in. But right now, Shiloh's just kind of watching and letting all this happen. Sorry about all the posts. I'm just filming from inside. There we go. So Rayleigh has now found his way on his own back to Shiloh, which is what I think Shiloh was confident would happen. And he doesn't want to have to always be the one, I guess, micromanaging everybody else. So he's kind of letting the herd sort this out, which is fascinating. Again, I really take that to mean that Shiloh is pretty confident that Rayleigh's loyalty is ultimately going to be with him. And he's leaving it to them to sort out really fascinating. The mares can be very persistent, so it's all going in slower motion now though. And look at him just standing his ground. He's like, I don't really have to do anything except be here, but if you come in my space, I'm gonna, well, he just didn't do a lot. He's really just ignoring their drama. I'm finding this fascinating. Okay, I'm gonna go out on the porch where I can get a better shot. So now Shiloh's getting in on the action and just aligning with Rayleigh and kind of ushering him away from the mares. So he did that, he accomplished that without actually having to get confrontational with the mares. But he's being pretty pushy with Rayleigh. The mares are just over here now. So we're back to 2 and 2 again. But that was very interesting way for him to handle that dynamic. So they just lunged at him and he turned away. So he is definitely trying not to be confrontational today if he can help it. He's really actually putting up with quite a bit from them. I think he wants them to know they can express themselves, but they're also not gonna push him around or boss him around. But he's not going to punish them for expressing themselves. Those of you who are in the horse industry understand the parallel there, how important it is if you're a good leader to allow others to have their feelings, their expressions, to say no, to be in control of their own bodies and choices and decisions and actions. but to set parameters and boundaries around what is acceptable in relationship with you or not, and in the way that the relationship's going to work. So, very interesting. Now the gate is open right back here, so the mares could go in the back if they wanted to, and they are choosing to stay here with him, and Rayleigh's quite a bit down there now. So Shiloh is really making a lot of efforts to allow Puck and Tempo to sit with on the edge of their uncomfortable feelings and work on their own, self-regulation. So he's turning again toward them and aligning with them. So he's letting them know that he wants to be in harmony with them. And it's really up to them if they want to accept the invitation. That invitation even is making them a little uncomfortable. So this is just a dance and a game I think they're going to play all day. Hopefully we'll remain pretty subtle with just some moments of more dynamic interaction when any of them feel that that's necessary. I've been inside for a while and just came out and see a beautiful little, almost cohesive looking herd. I know the mares were in the back for a while, and I didn't hear any squealing or anything when they came back here, so this makes my heart so happy. Hi Rayleigh. Look at you guys. So beautiful. So this is the 29th day since Shiloh's arrival, and we finally have full herd integration. There's still going to be a lot of little negotiating to do, and it will be interesting to see how it goes tonight when I need to separate Shiloh back out again, because I have a feeling he's not going to want to be separate from them anymore. But for right now, I'm just enjoying this moment that all of us have worked so hard to get to. And I'm so grateful for everyone who's been on this journey with us. Yay, herd. It's around noon now on the first day that I've kept the whole herd together, day 29 of the integration. It's continued to be really peaceful, but something really interesting has kind of happened. Shiloh has been down here on this end of the front pasture for hours now, a couple hours at least, and Rayleigh and Puck and Tempo have been down there. He's kind of moving his way back into the mix now, but it's been really fascinating to watch. It's almost as if now that the herd is cohesive, he's taking on more of the role, I guess I might be projecting this, but the role that a stallion would play in the wild, which is to stay a little bit on the fringe and keep a lookout, be the protector and the guardian. Other horses obviously play those roles too, but that is the stallion's primary role, is to watch over the herd, as well as helping to raise the young and play with them, which we don't have any young here. But Aaron, his previous owner, told me that he often spent time on his own in the other herd too, and she took it as him kind of being a loner. But I don't get that sense from him that he's a loner so much as he just really takes a lot of pride in the responsibility of being a good leader, and that he's doing that in the way that he learned how to do that in the wild, even though there aren't a lot of predators here, or even other bands of horses or bachelor stallions to be concerned about. He still seems to be, definitely, as long as the herd is at peace and he feels like the dynamics are settled to the way he feels they need to be for now, he's not interfering with things in any way. It's really quite beautiful to see. My perspective on what that all means might change over time, but that's how it feels right now to me.